Hi, my name is Nick Morales, and this is my presentation on how mainstream music is vulgarizing the behavior of society. We'll start off with first talking about what is music. Music is generally everywhere you go. Listeners can use it to wake up, or when they commute to work, or when they exercise, study, or even before they fall asleep. When listeners listen to this music, there is also negative and positive impacts that it may have on their behavior. We'll start off with the negative impacts. The negative impacts include violent language, encouragement of sexual activities, or the encouragement of drug use. These three things, when combined or individually, may contribute to individuals who are disobedient to authority or individuals who act irrationally in a violent manner. Violent language is very common in today's music. The violent lyrics can have the capability of influencing listeners to become more violent themselves. In this Western Connecticut University experiment, a group of participants were split into two different groups, with one group watching a violent video and the other group watching a non-violent video. At the end of the video, the participants were asked to complete a survey. The participants weren't told which video they were watching, so they did not know what questions would be on the survey. The survey concluded that there was a drastic increase in those who watched the violent video, that they are filled with more aggression and anger. Dr. David Childs quoted that young people mimic this inappropriate behavior and often adopt the negative values and ideology portrayed in the songs and imagery. This means when an influential music artist does something, young listeners will mimic their behavior because that's who they look up to. That's the music artist has become their role model, and they want to become them themselves. Sexual activities is another one. And this sexual activities in music is another negative impact that it has. In this 2009 National Institute on Media study, it showed that in 2009 the top 10 CDs included at least one song with sexual lyrics or encouraging sexual activities. These sexual lyrics can cause listeners to be more aggressive and be more hostile because of the lustful thoughts and sexual fantasies they might have. Sexual lyrics can also create stereotypes for women. An example of this kind of stereotype would be for women to be held to a certain beauty standard. These two music artists are very influential and have a huge audience and a very strong influential voice. For Fergie, she talks about my humps, and by her humps she's referring to her body parts that may be sexually appealing. And for Mariah Carey, she quotes in one of her songs, "Touch My Body," she quotes, "Touch my body, I know you like my curves, come on and give me what I want, come and give me what I deserve, and touch my body." Here she's evidently showing that she wants her body to be touched in a sexual fashion, and users still listen to it. Drug use is another negative impact that it has on society's behavior. The average teenager exposes himself or herself to approximately 84 references to explicit substance use per day. Explicit substance abuse is very common. It's becoming more and more common in today's society because of song lyrics and for music artists to be encouraging to drink alcohol or to take illegal substances. This study right here, the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine performed a study on 279 of the most popular songs on Billboard magazine in 2005 related to drug or alcohol use. The study concluded that pop songs are less likely to encourage drug use when rap is more likely to encourage drug use with 77%. This means more than half of all rap songs encourage drug use. These are two artists who are both drug users, and in both of their popular songs encourage the use of drugs. Snoop Dogg here encourages listeners to smoke weed every day. And for here, The Weeknd, in his song Privilege, he's encouraging users to take pills to take away sadness. He says, "I got 2 red pills to take the blues away." The red and the blue is like kind of a wordplay, but the red, when he says 2 red pills, he's actually referring to ecstasy, and blues, he's like, when he takes ecstasy, it takes all of his sadness away. And there are also positive impacts that music can have on society, including cognitive benefits, mental clarity, and inspiration and expression. Cognitive benefits include help with studying and help with sleep. For example, I use music to help me study and for sleep, but the music that they listen to is generally different than the mainstream music, but it can be beneficial. The music is generally slower pace, slower tempo, softer lyrics, and it helps me personally to have a clear mind when reading or writing. Music can also be used to inspire others, or can be used to express how one feels. Music artists can create lyrics to encourage listeners to be ambitious, or it can tell a story and express all the hardships or all the accomplishments that a singer or songwriter has been through. I believe that music does not completely negatively impact society's behavior, and this is because I listen to a lot of rap and hip hop, and a majority of rap and hip hop include all of these negative impacts. It includes gang-related violence, encourages use of illicit drugs, and it also encourages to live lavish and to just make as much money as you can and just spend it recklessly. And I listen to this music, and I do not believe myself to be. I don't believe it's true that if I listen to hip hop and gang related violent lyrics, I will not become a gang member. That's all. Thank you.